Hello everybody, it's Patrick Fitzsimmons here, back continuing on with our video scripting tutorial in game development, and here we've got the stoplight game that we've seen in the past couple videos, and so I'm just going to show you, we've kind of progressed through to make things happen here. And so you can see the yellow light is lit up and the other two are kind of darkened out. They're not completely black, but they're definitely darkened out. So we know that the yellow light is active. And so when we press the button, now remember before we had a function, a user-defined function that would give us the link numbers for all of the prims in our build, which is very important because we need to set those link numbers up as variables to use in our game. And so what I've done is I've done a little bit more scripting because if I do this as I make the video, I've had server problems and everything else, little interruptions. So I was able to go ahead and script out some things, give you a demonstration, show you what I've accomplished so far, and then we'll take a look at the script and we'll show you step by step kind of what's going on. So I'm going to press the button here, and it says Ms. Patrick Fitzsimmons is playing, and so the lights, they turn off, they turn back on, and they turn back off, and then we randomize the lights to blink 3 times, and then after the 3rd time it will determine whether we win or lose. So if we get a green light, we're going to win, and if we get a red or a yellow light, then we're going to lose, and it's going to tell us, sorry, try again, which it just did. Now, it tells us every blink, what color is coming up, and then finally, after the 3rd color, it will determine whether we have won or lost. So let's try this a couple more times just to see that it is randomized. So lights go off, lights come on, lights go back off, and then blink, 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 green, red, green. So I won. Congratulations, you won. Okay. And so let's try this a few more times just to see that it does kind of randomize fairly well. And so we're playing again. Lights go off, blink, yellow, blink, green, blink, green. Hey, we won again. All right. Let's try it again. And lights off, lights on, lights off, blink, blink, blink. So we got red, red, yellow. Sorry, try again. So you can see just based on the randomization here, try it one more time, that you've got 1 out of 3 chances to win. So most of the time, the odds are you're not going to win. And so this is a game of chance, which would violate terms of service if you were to give out lindens as prize money. However, you could give a little gift, maybe something that you built, a little toy, a little object, maybe like I said before, maybe it's a more information, like you're going to give them a code to get up to level 2 of your sim or something to that effect, So you can use this little script, just this little idea to develop a game, to use in development of a bigger game perhaps, and this is just a little fun thing. So we won again. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the script, and let's open it up. You can see we've got about 140 lines. So what I've done is I've done a little commenting here, just to show you that, Trafficlight Game by Ms. Patrick Fitzsimmons, 2014, simple game development for Second Life. And so we're going to set up our global variables, and then we're going to set up our user-defined functions here. And so our global variables are, we got the green light, the yellow light, and the red light. So we got 5, 6, and 7. Those correspond to the link number for those lights. Remember, we used our get object data user-defined function here to get all of those link numbers so we can use them, and then we can hard code them into our script as variables, global variables that we're going to use later on in other functions. And so we've got a couple of lists here. One list we're going to call lights, and It's just a simple list, red, yellow, green. And then we got a list temp, which we have not defined. We've just declared it as a global variable. And then we have an integer called winner, and we've only declared that as a global variable. We haven't defined those yet, so we will define those later on in the script. As we go down into our user-defined functions, we can see we've got turn off lights, okay, and then we've got turn on lights. So this function turn off lights is going to turn off all of the lights, and basically what we're doing is just using the setLink primitive params fast function to do that for each light. So we're going to set link primitive params fast on the green light, okay, because we need to know which link number we're going to be turning off and on. And so this is just an easier way to know which light's going to be going off, which light's going to be going on. Rather than to put the actual link numbers in here, I like to use the function, the global variables that I've created. And you can do it your way. If you like just putting in numbers, that's fine. You can do that. And so the parameters for the rest of the primitive params fast functions we're using is a list, and we can use many different parameters in the setLink primitive params fast function. And so basically all we're doing is changing the prim color. Okay, we're changing all sides, and we're using this vector, this color vector 0.1, 0.1, 0.1 with an alpha of 1.0. And so basically this is just barely visible. It's just above dark. Okay, 0, 0, 0 would be completely black, void of color, and then on the turn on lights, we're using the same function, set of primitive params fast, the same variables here, green light, yellow light, and red light, and same thing, only we're changing the color to 111, which is white, so that way they will show up as bright as they can be. As we have determined. Now we can set the glow. We've already set the glow actually on the prim itself. We could do that through code using the setLink primitive params fast function, but it's really not necessary. So why have the extra code if you don't need it? In this case, we have some functions that I liked. I did these. I didn't really have to use all of these this way, but we just did turn on red, turn on green, turn on yellow, and we've got this little function here. We've got turn off red, turn off green, and turn off yellow. So the off functions for these lights, red, yellow, and green, the off function, it just sets the link primitive param for the red light, instead of all of them, just for the red light, and the prim color to 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, so it's going to be dark. And then so when we use the turn on, we can just call the turn off functions for the other lights. So in this case, turn on red function is going to first turn off the green light, and it's going to sleep for 0.2 seconds, and we can change that variable. We don't even have to have the sleep function there, but I've just done that for kind of demonstration purposes here. And then it turns off the yellow light, so only the red light is going to be turned on. So we set link primitive params fast to the red light, and we make that 111, so the color is going to be white. We're going to actually see the color of the primitive for the red light. And the same thing with turn on green and turn on yellow. In the case of turn on green, we're going to turn off the red, turn off the yellow, and then turn on the green. And then with the yellow, we're going to turn off the red, turn off the green, and turn on the yellow. And so we've already discussed these functions: turn off red, yellow, green, or red, green, yellow. Order doesn't really make too much of a difference here. And then we've got this random light on function, and we've got a play game function. Okay, and then we go right into the script. So let's talk about the random light on function. First we're going to do is call our turn off lights function. So when we call the random light on function, it's going to turn off all the lights.